Alright, so today let's continue with the web app that we are trying to do in Go. And I guess the idea for today would be to add some like the users structure, and maybe then we add a database so we can finish all of these functions, I guess, right? And yeah, I mean, I still think that we don't move yet all of these into services repository and stuff. I mean, we can still keep it here. It's still fine. We'll see how it will look after we get the users. So yeah, I mean, I looked on like a GitHub example, which is, I mean, pretty complicated, but I don't think I'll change like that yet. So yeah, we'll see. So yeah, because right now we keep the post into a list. I don't really like that. So what I would like to do is probably add users and then database. So let's try it. Let's do another structure for the user. So I guess I'll do it here. Structure, and I guess the easiest way to have it is to have a name, probably just a string, right? And I guess we'll still have a JSON for this. Right, so let's say name, yeah, and also I think that we'll try to do OAuth in the future, so we'll see how we can take the name from the provider. Like if we try to use GitHub, for example, we'll try to get the name from there, let's say. So I don't know, for now let's just keep username. It's gonna be a string, right, for the like password and stuff, right? And probably a password, although I'm not sure yet, because as I said, I want to do OAuth. I don't want to do simple authentication. So we'll have only one user for now. It's gonna be like for everything. Maybe they'll have an ID, and then have in the database have like user post table for the posts. And I think the ID is also going to be taken from OAuth, right? Something like that, I don't know. So ID, and let's use this thing. So oh yeah, and the other thing was how I saw it implemented in that other project was they had a structure for the database object, so like post, and then another structure for the JSON thing. So we might also want to do that. Like this would be the JSON, or I guess the data that we get from the request, and then another object similar, but well, I guess this should be the database object, and the one that's in the request should be without the ID basically, and without the JSON stuff, or I guess with the JSON stuff, but not without the ID, whatever. But for now I think it works probably. Anyway, let's say that the name at least the username is required. Something like this. Right, and we'll be able to create user and maybe log in. So we'll see that. Yeah. I mean, yeah, sure, makes sense to try to add the database now, let's say. So I haven't really looked into it, but let's see how easy it is to find Postgresql about golang. I mean, I guess this should be like I'm really curious, how do you find the documentation? Is it this one? Okay, so I guess this is how you import it. Database SQL. Okay, is it? Database SQL sounds like golang. Sounds like something from the center library. Again, really cool that golang has this. Anyway, so yeah, obviously this like the connection string, I guess. Right, and then you can run what, like queries like this. I mean, it makes sense. Connection string. So, but to be honest, I don't really see the point of using this. Like, I see it uses database SQL. It opens it, right? And then it runs a query on that thing. So why use the driver for the, well, yeah. I mean, it even says that, but it's like a driver. Sure, whatever, maybe we'll use that because it's the first one. This one is an ORM. How about this one? Because you can have stuff like this, right? That would be interesting. I guess this creates some data, probably. Looks like that. Yeah, insert and stuff. Create table. Yeah, I'm not sure what happens here, to be honest. I mean, I would like to see the main function, what happens in the main. Because this is like create schema. Doesn't tell me anything. I guess this looks like inserting some random data in the table just to have data. And these are like what, the objects. but they are just simple structs. What can you do with them, right? Maybe you do like model and you pass in the thing. But you know what would be more interesting? To be able to select stuff. So, oh, interesting. Select user by key. Oh, and I guess the data is like user is sent as a reference, so user comes out with the data. I mean this you save new. I mean this looks interesting, I might say, but to be honest, okay, I don't know what new does though. Is it like new from this library, or is it from, I mean, you know, whatever. We can try to use either this one or just use queries like this. Well, I mean, the example is here. The only thing that I'm not sure about is, well, we get the rows, right? But how do we know how to parse those rows? So that's why I would use an ORM. But otherwise, you know, this is much simpler, I guess. Like, yeah, sure. You know, you would make sense to, let's say, split our structures into one structure for the JSON part and one structure for the database part, that way, because they have different stuff here. So, but you know, I think that if you omit this part with the JSON, like if we don't do this thing, then it will ignore it from the JSON object. So that's also an option that we can do, I guess. That would be pretty cool. And you know, here adding like user for the post with this thing, like the author, how this has the author. Well, I mean, it also needs author ID. Yeah, because a post, I mean, sure, you can have multiple authors, but come on, it's like no, old Instagram where you only had one user for a post. Now you can have multiple users. So yeah, I mean, let's not waste that much time. Let's just do, well, I don't know, let's do this one. Let's try to see what happens if we use this one. So where is the, okay, we can add it with this thing, so why not? Version 10, I mean, okay. And let's also go ahead and do like Docker Postgresql, and let's, I mean, we'll run it, you know, do some, probably I already have it, but let's see. and to run it, it's just this. Okay, I didn't, yeah, whatever. But now we have this thing for the ORM, right? I mean, even the connection is nicer, but we'll also need like config stuff. But I mean, for the purposes of this, I'll just save them in main. Like, who cares? Because the thing with this one, with this package, I don't know how they are called in Go. It's actually I guess this is not even in implementation yet. Like, it's no longer maintained. So they say use this one instead. Well, I mean, now let's try this one. Let's because you know, like, it's if it's the first thing in here, it's a warning. Then you know, yeah, sure. Let's use this one. But first is to remove the thing that we just added. I mean, you know, I just removed it from the package. It's gonna be deleted probably. So, because this one still uses SQL, right? And then some random stuff here. I guess this is where you can use Postgresql. But yeah, let's try to run this thing. Probably now it's downloaded. So no, docker kill. No, I wanted to run it. Is it, was it like this? Wait, what? Okay, whatever, let's we don't need. Bro, how do you run in docker run? Like, not in oh, -d does background, right? So without -d maybe, because I wanted to see like the logs, you know. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, anyway, let's try to connect to the database now with this stuff, right? Let's add that. Let's also add this thing, but here I would say, can you do Postgresql? And we can also start air, even though it won't run. Okay. Oh, so this is the example for perfect. I mean, Okay, I mean, if this is the example for Postgres, we can try it. Right. So this is what, like the SQL DB, and this is DB. Well, I guess this makes more sense because you see each thing, to be honest. Like if you have a config file somehow, like a JSON or whatever, it makes more sense to have each option separate because you know if you forget one. But if you have a connection string, I mean, it makes more sense because it's less code, but I feel like it would be easier to forget something in the connection string. But again, how many times do you actually set up the config? So that's also a thing. So this is like another thing you can see. But PG connection. So this is what? This is part of, okay, it's part of ban. Yeah, I guess we can try this. I mean, we just have to, but the question is, what do you actually do with the, oh, so you use the new connector inside of OpenDB. So let's copy paste this. Obviously everything starts with copy pasting, so I would usually say that the first thing you want to do is the database thing, right? So then we need the connection, right? I mean, I guess these are like defaults, most of them. But can I, let's say, remove this? The user, I mean, we used the defaults here, so user is gonna be Postgres, right? So user Postgres, the password is my secret password. So the database is Postgres. Can I remove the other stuff if I don't care about it? So inside of this we can say PG connection. Okay, so now we have the DB. Pretty nice. And yeah, what can we do with that? So I guess here it starts to become a bit like, well, how can we pass the DB into these things? And for that I would say that we need a structure, right? That is, or an interface that is going to have these functions, and then a structure that is going to contain the DB, right? And then we implement these functions for that structure. So this is how I would do it for this. but let's see more examples of what we can do. So for example, we can let's try to run a really simple query CV. Already forgot the syntax, am I right? Well, if error is not equal to nil, well, actually, yeah, it's this thing. Oh, how do you create a context? Oh wait, I'm confused. Because here it says ctx, but where was the ctx created? Yo. Yeah, that's, I mean, I guess it should have been here in connecting to the database, right? Like this connects, but what's ctx? It's a good question. I mean, surely it's not like you have to create it. Yeah, it's pretty weird. Have I missed something? Literally cannot see it. Okay, let's do the panic error. But yeah, that's what's ctx. Okay, let's say ban Postgresql. Like, how do I get a context or whatever? I mean, I see this with begin tx, but even begin tx has a context. The hell is a context? Create ctx. Like, what the hell is this? What is ctx? Where is ctx coming from? So funny. Found it. I was looking through the documentation and I couldn't find where this ctx variable originated. Okay. Context background. Like, it's not even intuitive. Like, how do you come up with this thing? Or where do you get it from? Context? What? Well, I mean, I have no idea what this thing is, though. So weird. Package context. Non-nil context. I have no idea what this is, but yeah, I mean, if you have to use it, we use it. So let's just print this thing, fmt, print ln, and can we print this? Doesn't complain, so looks like it prints it. Oh wow. Wait, do I need to literally... Okay, fair enough. Let's add these things too. Whoa. I thought that they are... But yeah, makes sense because maybe you want to use some other driver, so let's go again. Connection refused. Oh, this is not the right port. If I remember correctly, it's 5.4. Where is the 3.2? Still connection refused. Wait. Didn't change the port. Interesting. Yeah, I see like port. Oh, I guess we didn't really specify. Let me just do -p. But do you need this? Maybe it's just that we have to say that it's not gonna SSL is not enabled. So can we do something like pg driver? Whoa, what? Do I need to restart Vim to see stuff? And this gets a TLS config. I mean, this wasn't the example, so TLS config. Jesus. Well, back to the example, I guess. So it was this one, but yeah, let's see if okay. Boundary driver SSL disable. Okay, like with insecure with fair enough. Wait, like if you whatever. Okay, and it says 1, so we can actually run queries. That's pretty good. And we can do stuff. So yeah, I wonder how this is gonna work with the context, because maybe, I guess maybe the thing is, wait, where is the example here? Maybe we don't even need we actually need a context. So weird. Well, that sucks. But maybe if you like run it inside of this, we have a context, so we can use this C, right? I don't know what context is, but maybe that's gonna work. So let's try to do as I said about the posts. Let's try to make a structure. So it should be something like type posts controller, and it's gonna be like an interface, right? And this guy needs like get post. golang interface. Okay, so it's just like that. Perfect. So get post needs the context, right? But would be nice if it actually returns. But then, okay, so how can you say that it's returning like post? Like I would say like this, but I think you have to use something else for returning an option, you know, like an error option. So let's say golang function that returns int or error. Like how can we say something like this? Like sure, we can do probably post and error like this or something, but doesn't look like it. But how do you see? Okay, so like this would be an option. But I've also seen people doing only the error part, so that would be interesting. So I mean, let's see what happens if we try to do error. Right, and for now let's only keep get post to make it simple. And so yeah, let's see how we can only have get post for now, I guess, even though we might also need create, like to be able to create some. Okay, and I mean get post seems like it takes the parameter from the context, so that should be fine. So the next step I think would be to have like type posts controller, which is a struct, and it should have a db inside, right? That's what I think. Oh my god. So I think it should have a db, which is what, a bun. When I said db, okay. Okay, just like this. Okay, perfect. I think that's how we need to do it. Then we can have something like function new posts controller, and I think this one should take in a obviously a db, right? Not sure. And I think it should return, you know, the interface. And we might have to do something like return posts controller. Can we pass in the db like this? Okay, it looks like we can. And then what we have to do is to implement the get post method on post controller. So usually I think you have to do, you know, like get post, let's just write it like this: get post context is gene context, returns error, but how can we specify that it's made for this, right? And I think you do that by, if I remember correctly, something like this. Okay, let's see. Golang method functions. Methods, okay. So it needs, okay, it's not that complicated. It's just a P of this type. So that's how it should actually work, right? And let's see that it takes the ID from the parameters because we want to get post. So we try to take this parameter, right? And then let's see, now we can use the examples from the database. So where is the example? And I just need the example. So this is example, perfect. Like something with model, select. So something like this, I guess. Let's see. So we have to say like post, new post. And here can we say p.db new select, model is post, where slug is equal to slug. Here can we pass the C context? Yeah, okay, that's really nice because this is what I was worried about. Like, I don't know if C is gonna be like this context, but looks like it is. So then we don't really want to panic here. We want to just say maybe gene return HTTP 404 or something, right? Okay, error. It's easier how to handle errors. Oh, something like this. But status not found. Can we return it? And I think that H mapping from string to any, this would be like the response, right? So can we say it's nothing? Okay, but what does this do? JSON serializes but it sets the risk. Okay, but yeah, I would be curious to see. No, like gene return HTTP error. The fuck? So yeah, how is this so, like, this is the most useful. Just kidding. You have to use send response. What? Gene error handling. Okay, let's see. Well, I need a docs. Not really. like not sure if CJSON does what I want basically. And like what if I have to use something like c dot error? Right, I'm not sure. Because sure, here I would say maybe CJSON HTTP status OK, and then pass in the post, but it says that it's missing the return still. So what then? We don't even need this. It's just like this. Okay, let's remove that one. We don't need it because we just converted it to this kind of stuff. So I guess the next thing would be, let's say, posts controller. It's gonna be a new post controller, and we have to pass in the DB. Okay, but here it says that it's a pointer. But I don't know if it matters. Like, what's nice about Go, from like what I know, is that you don't have the difference like this, like in C. So it doesn't matter if it's pointer or not, which is nice. So now we have the post controller, so we can use it here. Posts controller get post. Can we? Looks like we can. So let's see what happens if we, I don't have, I mean, localhost 8080, this is like our main thing. But if we try to go to API, posts, and then pass here an ID, it's strange. Let me just, try to hard refresh it. Why does it say hello? It's really strange. Should be this one, which doesn't seem like it says hello. Oh, we have an error. Didn't even realize that. So context, oh wow. Okay. I was like, why is it? Okay, so we get null something. Interesting. But the other thing is that, well, I mean, we use this kind of ID, so it doesn't matter anyway. Right, let's see. Because that's what I want to figure out. How can we handle this stuff? Like, if we get an error, what do we do? Oh, and I'm curious. Yeah, this thing try to... Oh, but we don't have posts. Right. So we also need to create a table. Oh, and I guess the table name is not right. Yeah, I mean, still, I don't know, pretty interesting, to be honest. So we should basically rename this thing to posts, right, to have the table name. unless we can specify the table name somehow. And yeah, like we don't have the table yet, so we have to create it, right? We'll have to see how we can do that from posts as post. Oh, but here it, what? Wait a second. How does it know that? That's pretty interesting. Like, why did it make the equals like that? From posts as post. Like, this is the name of the structure, I guess. Yeah, interesting. Okay, it doesn't matter. Let's try to figure out how we can solve this part. Like, actually return the JSON, because I'm not even sure what code we get. Wait, what? But we get a 404. See, like here it wants to do something. So here we return a null. Even if we do, oh, I get it. It appends this and this. But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, we have to somehow return from this, right? So, gene golang third function. Example error. Not really, I just want to see an example of error handling. No. Like, whatever, maybe this abort with status JSON. Like, what I would want to see here is how do you make get contents fail, basically. So get contents. Oh, context error. You just return. Okay, I mean, fair enough. Makes sense. Just return. Sure, why didn't I think of that? But can you actually have nothing there? I guess so. But like when I look at, I'm stupid. Yeah. So we get back a 404, which is what we wanted. Right. Because we don't have the thing yet. But how can we send back an empty response? Not really sure. Like if I do even if I do C error doesn't work. C dot status HTTP not found. Seems like this makes it work. Okay, so we just set a status here. Yeah. Okay, I guess how this thing works though is these functions, status, JSON and stuff, they set the value on the context, and somehow the context is like returned afterwards, and that's handled by Gene itself. So yeah, I think makes sense. But as I said, we should try to do like create the database. That would be like create the tables, right? But the question is, can we actually do it one Postgresql migrations? Can we have migrations? So we can create migrations like this. All right. Go based. Oh, so we can even have like SQL stuff. Oh, so you just create it by hand? Or am I wrong? A Go-based migration is a Go function that can execute arbitrary code. So we create the migrations collection in main.go, right? Looks like that. Then in a separate file, you should define and register migration using must register. For example, in this thing. So yeah, it's actually manual. I mean, it's pretty interesting. Okay, I mean, let's try to see what happens if we and then we have to create. But if I do this, wait, like, oh, I have to create this not in main but in here, like this, right? Okay, so I create new migrations. Then I mean, I like the idea of doing manual migrations, but I'm curious if there is an automatic way. Well, you know what? I mean, I like doing this stuff, so let's see. Okay, I mean, oh, sure. The starter kit. Ah, okay. Okay, so it's like the migration script is implemented in here. Oh, interesting. I like this like bun thing has a lot of stuff. It even has like a router, but you know, we already use Gin, so let's keep it like that. And example package. Yeah, CLI to run migrations. I guess when you do create go, I'm pretty sure it's gonna create an empty file, so cool. Okay, but where is the starter kit? Is it like on GitHub? Yeah, sure, we can check. Okay, so let's see, main go. Okay. Okay, I guess, yeah, right? Yeah, it's just doing the... Oh, it's like scripts. Interesting. I just wanted to see where does it create the connections and stuff. App db bun app start CLI. Oh, huh. Okay. Nope. I mean, sure, it looks interesting, but like the problem would be, okay, what's main go? Okay, main go is the, okay, yeah, makes sense. So this would be, let's say, let's copy this one. In here it has this CMD, like let's try to copy the structure at least, because I don't really want to, you know, use bun app. I want to keep it like we have so far, but okay, so in CMD it has bun, right? Bun, and in here it has this main go script, which is, I guess, like an util script, you know, for doing migrations. So inside of bun, then it has these migrations, and in here it has main go. Okay, but what I'm not sure is migration discover. Do we really need this one? Or can we, oh, I guess, yeah, for SQL files, you probably need something like this, because you cannot, like it said in documentation, right? When you have a Go file, you do must register, which registers the migration. But if you have SQL, then how do you register it, right? So I guess it makes sense to have this. Okay, and like I would really like to use this script, but I feel like if I try to use it, it will take like the rest of the time me trying to fix it, to make it like run for our app, because this uses the bun app. There's like here, this is it. So no, it basically just runs in so it's not really, but I mean, create Go migration, even this one needs. That's strange. Why would it need the app to be started? Oh, probably for the config. Sure, I guess it makes sense then. To have that, right? Because we want the database config. So probably we want a function that returns the database, so we can use it in our actual app. So let's see again how they create the database. So it was something that is okay, this one. So it needs an app, probably to read the config file or something. So since I said we are gonna keep probably this stuff, but I mean just for now we keep the config like this, we can probably just create a function for the database. So function, okay, I get it, it's like on the app structure. Oh, that's interesting. And then what happens, for example, on router? Okay, it gets in an app. Oh, but there's no actual routing. Strange. And was this embed? Whatever, let's not get into that yet. So yeah, I guess they use like the app structure for everything. Okay, I mean, it doesn't matter. So let's say we have a DB connection or something, and this should return a pointer to bun.db, right? And probably in the future return db. Like maybe in the future we'll have something like the config passed into this thing or something like that. But for now, let's keep everything in plain text, because the secret password, you already know it. It's my secret password, not yours, whatever. Jesus. And yeah, here we create the DB connection like that. So this is the main package, right? yeah, let's see if we'll be able to get this thing. So now we go here, main.go, and let's see. Okay, so this is also called main. I guess it doesn't really matter. If I do package main, but pretty sure you cannot have another main function, so go build. So we'll be able to, you know, go build this one, but how about go build bun mango? Still works. Interesting. Okay. And the bun app, pretty sure it should have a main function or something like that. Like, how do you start it? Oh no way, it's started in here. It is actually, yeah, started in here. Okay, I mean, sure, at some point, yeah, we need to okay, then I have another idea. What if we move the migrations into here? Right, like that's my, okay, you know what? Let's go with easy copy pasting. So like taking this and putting it here. Right, and now main is gonna contain that stuff. Like this part. Okay, let's see. So package main. And we'll have to move everything from here, like no. But yeah, let's see. So let me just look back on this. So if you say go run, okay. No, because I would probably have multiple binaries, maybe that's better. Like have a, sure, like this can be here, whatever, but have like another binary script, have like another script that handles the migrations, because we have, you know, run server, which just starts the server, right, and db command. So yeah, we have like two commands. So I would say like maybe db.go, and we can have two main scripts. Let's say one is gonna be for, you know, the web app, and db.go is gonna handle the migrations. So package db, right? And this is gonna have a main script, a main function, right? And sure, it I mean, I still like this function, still pretty cool. So let's just steal it. But yeah, we need some stuff. Now I'm curious what we need from this, so we might as well just copy paste everything. So we don't need this stuff. Yeah, we don't need a starter kit. Can we like go build main dbgo? Oh, we can add this one. Yeah, what I'm not really sure is why the LSP doesn't restart automatically. Okay, because I think here we just want, I don't know what the context is for, but I think we just want the database from our stuff. So let's say can we actually use our own thing? Can we actually use our own thing? So it's called webapp go, and then main or something. Oh, so we already have wait, what? Something. Okay, anyway, so can we then say main dot db connection? Well, I guess the next thing that we have to do then is have a web app folder for our web application, obviously, and in here let's have the db related stuff. So database dot go package web app, right? And for the db we only need this stuff. It's not that much. And I'm pretty sure we need some stuff from here also. Let's see what. Only need this part. So yeah, I mean at some point we had to split our code a bit. So that's what you think. I mean, pretty sure you can have multiple packages, right? Like multiple executables, I want to say. Who knows? So here I would say web app db connection. Nice, so we can do it like this. Okay, I have no idea what this error wants. Found packages db and main. But go multiple packages, multiple multiple main. Yeah, that's what I want. I mean, obviously. Okay, like, what if I try to do go build cmd? Okay, sure, doesn't like that, as expected. Fair enough. So we don't need this stuff, right? Okay, so it actually works. So it looks like Vim has an issue with that. Hopefully it doesn't. Did what? Because it looks like Go compiles fine. But no, I cannot say package main because main is redeclared. New Vim go lsp. Let's see the error. Oops. Fixing. Whatever. Now it makes sense why you would want, let's say, yeah, well, not sure how I can do that. Like, do I really need to have I don't see it complaining in migrations, so let's do it here. Right, like, Jesus. Okay, so we want all of this stuff. Hopefully Go will format that nicely. So now we create this stuff. Then here, what we actually want to do is webapp go web app, right, like this. Yeah, not not whatever. So here we can say webapp db connection, right, and this will just return a db. It doesn't really return an error though. So yeah, this stuff doesn't seem to return errors. So yeah, I'm curious, what if this returns null? Who knows, to be honest. So we don't have to do that. Here we can just say db, right? And this thing can take C context. No, it cannot really take it. so we need context. Oh, so what is like ctx is gonna be context or something. And this wants argument. Wait, what? Bro, I literally... I forgot it was that thing of creating the context, right, from context. Where's the example? Oh, background. Sure. Oh. Yeah, does that look like it works? I don't know. So this is how we create the oops. Oh, really smart. That's how we create the migrator object, right? So I need a context, the database connection, and pretty much that's it. Instead of doing the bun app. So, oh, there's more. Okay, so status, even more. Good. Okay, so let's see. If we do go build cmd migrations main go, I mean, the issue is that it names it main, right? But I mean, it's not an issue. Can we do go run? It's not the main package. Oh, we actually have to put stuff into that. So, right. Okay, so we want OS and log. CLI app name. Okay, I don't know about the flags, to be honest, but I know about the commands that I want. Oh, so it's gonna be like db. Sure, let's do something else. Let's actually have this one be called db. No, I'm stupid. It's like this. Pretty strange. Can I have sub? No. Jesus. Okay, but I guess what I can actually do is copy the stuff from the subcommands and put it in here. Right, it actually should work. And let's delete this part. Oh, so and now it complains about migrations. That's because this should be capitalized. Oh, okay, that's I guess everything. But it doesn't like that it's not a main package. It has to be a main package. Also, this can be like migrations. Description, run migrations stuff. Fair enough. So a new, wait, why didn't? Whatever. So the commands are like this. Let's see what happens if I do init. Something happened. Nothing really happened here though. Status. Okay, I mean, it looks nice. And if we do create go, let me just check, because I'm pretty sure the path is not right. So oh yeah, I don't know what it will do, so let's do it. Oh, the name, we need a name, so initial. Okay, so it actually created it here, right? Damn it. Okay, so okay, I get it. Why we need that. Okay, I guess it makes sense. Now it makes sense, right? So we can say, well, honestly, I would leave this as migration, right? It's like the executable, and have migrations in here, which are gonna store, you know, the migrations and the main file. So yeah, now it makes more sense. So let's delete this one. We don't care about it. This can stay as package main, but we are gonna steal this thing, right? And we are gonna go in here, main.go. This is gonna be called migrations. And we only need this part, right? So now we can go back to the CMD folder with the binaries, and this can be turned, so we can delete this one and we can have webapp/migrations, right? And now instead of this we can have migrations dot. Yeah, curiously it still kept everything. So if I do this, right, now we don't have anything here, but if we look into this folder we have the migration here, and it doesn't complain about it. Okay, so yeah, I guess main is not really, let's say, doesn't mean anything, the main.go file. Mostly like the package name has a meaning. So if it has, like if we look back, if it's package main, then it's executable, right? That's the idea. Okay, whatever, so let's see, status. Okay, so it looks like it works for some reason, although I didn't see anything happen when I did init. And like nothing. Pretty strange. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, you know, I should probably have take a look at this one. Maybe how can I attach PSQL? You know, and be able to see what Docker attach with this. I mean, it's, you know, Docker. Oh, I mean, whatever, something happened. So Docker exec. Can I do this? Ooh. Yeah, whatever. Oh, so let's do bash, right? Let's do bash. And now we can do psql -u postgres. Okay. And psql set database. Okay, so /c, I guess it's already, and select star from, I guess it's, the table name is what, migration. List tables. I'll trust this command. So, dude, it's like, oh, holy shit, it actually worked. But yeah, I'm not really sure why the logs don't show when you create a table. It's weird. So yeah, but what's funny about this is that we are not gonna have like, we don't have anything in our migrations yet. We would have to add them manually. That's pretty nice. So let's see, not really this one, but for example this one. Okay, so yeah, we managed to fix that, but like, why don't they give us an example of migrations? Go based. Let's see the example. Oh, so they have this, okay, to create a SQL migration. Oh, so I guess I could have just copied this one. Well, I mean, not really, but oh yeah, this. But why is it like not really? No, good example. Just wanted to see how to add a table and stuff. Oh, but I guess another way to do that is to look at the source code of init again. So if we go back, see, like, this is how they created the table. So we can, you know, just copy paste this one. But I guess this is the idea, right? We have to so we would also have to get our models in. So this is a function on migrator. I mean, interesting. Yeah, so this would be like the stuff. Oh, I just wanted to see how did they put that, the name. So, oh, usage. It's called usage. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, usage. I mean, it's a bit strange that we have to do this manually, although it's, no, nice. So done, go. Yeah, like, wait, let me check the example, because maybe we can do with we can even have this thing. This would be discover. Okay. Like, sure, maybe would be more interesting to do it like this and not really worry about it. But like an example would be nice. Wow. No, like an example of actually doing something inside of the thing. And this is also another one, like discover color. Okay, you know, let's just say return nil for now, and let's try to add the table by doing so. Create posts. Oh, I mean, I wanted to do the other one with SQL. So create SQL And yeah, see, like it creates up and down. Interesting. Oh nice, it also has like an example. Okay, so yeah, like judging from the example from here, we can say something like drop table if exists, and this would be posts. Drop table if exists posts. And for the up one, I guess it's a create table. Let's copy paste this thing. So posts. And I guess what we have here is this. Let's just copy paste to see it. So slug, which should be what SQL UUID, no. So it's UUID. Then we have the name, which should be probably a string. So like bruh, Postgresql, like, you know, like some string text, not really what I want. So yeah, I mean this one. So let's say the name is gonna be like 128. We can have like not null. Is this a thing? Not null? Or is it post non-null? Create table. I mean, oh no, you have to use spaces. Okay, like the name should be not null, you know, something like this. What about default value? Can I say default? Interesting. Default and then like this? Or is it maybe like this actually? Oh, and I have to use colon afterwards. Yeah. Well, I guess even the description, let's say the description is a bit longer, like 512. The default is also this. So the question is, will this work? Let's see. So we have to say migrate. Something happened. Select star from posts. I mean, we have, wait. We have nothing in the tables, which is decent. So can we insert, maybe insert insert? So it's like insert into posts, insert into posts, then the columns. So we have slug, oh, another thing that would have been cool is but yeah, so slug. So yeah, now if we select, it actually looks like it's added. Perfect. So funnily enough, it actually worked. I mean, to be honest, I wasn't expecting it to work, so pretty good. Well, yeah, so we can add stuff with our database, right? So that's pretty nice. But I guess the next thing, okay, so this is useless here. The next thing would be to actually move our stuff into a better place, right? Like, let's say we are gonna move main into webapp, so main.go. So package main. Oh, package webapp. What? Oh, yeah. Okay, I guess not really what I wanted then. So main should stay here, right? And we should move stuff like this into an init function, which is going to be called from this main. So that's what we actually want. So let's see. Like the last thing that I wanted was, what was this, the UUID. Oh, so we can have like this. Yeah. No, I'll add it, but like I'll just keep it in mind. Anyway, so we have this stuff. So probably it makes sense to have a models folder, right? And have this one for the database, and then have another one for the JSON stuff, which doesn't include the ID because it's not needed there. So that would be something. Okay, and we probably need, as I said, an init function for this. Let's see. It's going to be more like a controller, right? Like we did here, but it's going to be the one that puts. Oh, actually, let's see. So I mean, we can have a structure controller. Right. I mean, we already have all of this, so we can keep these in the main, maybe. Yeah. At the same time, let's comment these out, because these also, I mean, they have errors, right? Like for now, these are useless, to be honest. Get all posts and stuff. So this is gonna be the posts controller, right? Guess it makes sense. to just copy it from here. So let's move this one. Let's have controllers, and here let's call this one posts.go. Can we have can we have webapp? No, this one can be deleted then. And I guess also this stuff can be removed. So we can actually, use it from webapp, right? So this is from webapp. Whoa, that's strange. So controller. Oh, I guess it has a lot of errors, so let's just copy this one in here. Okay, so now it needs the post. Right, it needs the post. So as I said, right, we might make a difference, let's say, between post and the JSON object. So let's have this one here for now. Oh, we also need the UID stuff. All right. So now this looks fine, right? Can remove this. I don't think we need default post, right? But why does it complain about webapp? The webapp thing, right? That's interesting. But I cannot do, right? CMD. I don't think I can have. Well, I think it's do I need a mod.go thing? Like, I don't remember how you do this kind of stuff. Go nested modules or something. So what if I have something like this, right? And you simply cannot do this. Well, shit. But whatever. Where's the example from Ban? Because this one looks, well, this is not the right example. I wanted the starter kit. So the starter kit looks like this, right? It's scuffed. Maybe I can, where's the example? Wait, what's this? Fuck. So ban app, right? But this has the package name, right? Like that. So if I have here package web app, let's say, why doesn't it find this method, new posts controller? Did I do something wrong? because it's in webapp. Like DB connection, it finds it. Like what? Guess what? I need to move it like in its own folder. It's weird. Don't really like that. No, it's not Rust. Controllers. No, like expected webapp. What can I say? So I guess, yeah, you need to put it like, again, I'll just copy paste it with the, so it wants something like this, right? And this thing to be package controllers. Is this what you are saying? Let's see. So go in here and say like controllers. Dude, I don't know how even I managed to do that. Controllers. All right, looks good. So that means we can make models. How do you even? How can you even, mistype that thing? So controllers. Let's have it. Page models. Yeah, it's weird because, like, I mean, it's a bit weird because you should be able to have like nested stuff. No, let me try to do it again. So let's go back, right? The idea is, I think you should be able to move these into here and this should still work, right? Like that's what I think it should happen. Because why wouldn't you be able to have like a package controllers, right? And then have a package models, just like this, right? And then come into controllers, for example, and say web app go models, right? This doesn't work. Like, what do I literally have to say? Web app / models. Oh, it's imported and not used. Okay. Models. Chill. Okay, so yeah, weird. Why didn't work at first? Who knows? So now we can have it like this because it was too many folders for me, to be honest. Alright, so yes, we can have the web app, we can have controllers. Oh, okay. So now it works for some reason, for some unknown reason. Okay, and this can be created, that's perfect. And the last thing that I would like to do is to have the controller for the web pages, so something like that, but it would be copy pasted basically. So let's go to the web app controllers, obviously copy paste this, and this should be like what, view, web view, something like the pages or some shit. So view controller, that makes sense, but no, I don't think it does. It should need a database, should probably need it, right? This is gonna return view controller, and sure, now it complains about this stuff, that it doesn't define the, what do we need, get index page and get post page. So index page, get post page, right? We need these two functions. So let's say get post page is gonna work something like this. Well, I meant get index page. Right, some models, post, right? I guess. I mean, obviously it's pretty scuffed, but let's import that thing. And here we should actually, just do the database stuff. But first, let's get rid of some other errors. So, for example, the fact that we don't have get post page. Wait, it's the other way around. It's the other way around. So this should be this, and this is actually get post page. And yeah, for the post we need all the posts, so that's useful, right? And then in this one, let's say view controllers dot new pass in the db. So yeah, to be honest, it makes sense to me to do it like this. So this is get index page, just like that. Should be view controller get like the post page or something. So yeah, I think it looks decent, right? Like the structure, creating the controllers here and stuff. Who knows? Like, sure, maybe having some place where we do this instead of doing in the main, but for me it's working fine. Sure, also the user, haven't forgot about it, but we'll do it. Like, as I said, I want to have OAuth basically. That would be nicer. So I guess the last thing that we want to do is to actually display the posts, right? Like correctly, like we had it before, because before we were able to actually see the posts. So what should we do now? Well, we have the database, so we should try to read stuff from the database. So let's see some examples. So we can actually, run queries, or that's interesting. So we can actually even have makes sense. Okay, let's try to do it like this. What if I was wrong and it actually my guess is that we probably just need this, but maybe not even that. Who knows? Well, anyway, let's go back to this stuff and try to get all of the posts. So I'm curious about select. So like this maybe. Oh, this is useful because it has yeah, so like this. So we can replace the SQL stuff with this if we do, the right models. So yeah, we'll see. But I wanted to do select, right? Anyway, we're gonna have post, model post. And the other thing is, can we, but yeah, like not have to put the models in front of that. Anyway, yeah, let's see. Posts. Error is not used. Can I do this just to, not really. So if error is not equal to nil, let's say we don't do anything right now. And let's just, remove this part. See if it works for getting the index. So error. In view go. Okay, so if we go to localhost and try the index, get no posts. We actually got no posts, although we have some. Oh, this is order by. Let's get everything, obviously, and we actually have it. That's pretty nice. I mean, I'll have to pretty much go now, but let's see if I'm able to do this one quickly. So we get a slug, right? We already have the post, so let's move it a bit down. Let's try error p.db, new select, model post, where, and like the where can be, where is the example? Not this one, this one. So select. No, let's just copy paste this. So model post, right? Oh, user new user. You can also do that. With new, why not? And here where slug is equal to slug. Well, now I know that we have this somewhat duplicated, right? Like the thing is, we already have this in posts, right? So maybe we can reuse this somehow, but we have to see. Oh my god. So this thing, if we go here, we get the thing, and if we try to run the API, we actually get the JSON. So this is actually working. I mean, we got the same point that we were yesterday, but instead of using, I guess, the lists and stuff like that, we are actually using a database, which is pretty nice. So the database, I mean, I still have to learn how to use you know, these annotations, and probably have another model just for the JSON part, but I mean, it's still pretty decent. So we have a connection. Again, we have to use config somehow, secrets, because I mean, right now it's just development stuff, so it's fine, but we'll need that. Still have the templates. The migration stuff, it's also something that I want to learn more, because pretty sure it should be able to automatically generate this stuff, but not sure yet. And yeah, I mean, we also copy pasted the script that runs the migrations. So yeah, it's pretty cool that you actually have to implement it yourself, but yeah, sure. And we'll have to add back all of these routes, I guess, but this time they'll actually work, so they'll do like work with the database, right? And the next thing would be to also add users with OAuth. So yeah, and you know, assign a user for each post. So that would be the goals for the near future for this little web app, right? Like the learning experience, basically. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one.